Hello everyone, this is Jackie and you are watching the Awakened Healer Within. So today you are joining me out in the Denali National Park here in Alaska. I'll pan around a little bit. The Entourage would like to channel through information today about ways that you can heal the planet. This is something that I really didn't tap into until I moved to Alaska. And then when I did, it was like my guides were telling me to do all these different techniques. And when I asked, I was like, why are we doing this? And they said, because the land needs it. Pan out here. The land needs it. The trees need it. So in other words, it was like Gaia was calling and asking for the healers of the planet to come in and actually do some work for her. So if you happen to be one of those healers that you feel Gaia is calling you and asking you to help her out as she is ascending, the way that Archangel Metatron put it to me was that as she ascends, she also, just like we as humans, have to release the dense energy. Now, anytime a human goes out and is like breathing and walking on the ground and touching nature, nature is absorbing some of that energy. And then it knows how to recycle it, but sometimes it's holding on to unnecessary things. And so what happens is healers turn into earth keepers. They turn into, some of them, we are gatekeepers in order to remove some of this dense energy. And so again, like I said, if that happens to feel like it resonates with you and that you have been called to do things like that, the Entourage would like me to just kind of give you some tools that you can utilize. Now, the elements, of course, are key. The elements are fantastic because that is what Gaia is made of. So, and just remember, this is, I've had people ask me this before. People that are very logical tend to ask this question, but most of the healers probably aren't all that logical, like, you know what I mean, like so into not understanding, but this is all etherically done, okay? So if you are a logic-minded healer, this is all etherically done. It is done in your mind, and it is not hurting. But I will say that I asked Archangel Metatron that question when I first started doing it. I said, if I'm starting to put, like, imagine fire wiping through an entire town, so to say, is that actually hurting anything? And he said, no, it's etheric. It's burning away the dense energy that is ready to be processed back to source. And so I was like, okay. And so that's when I really started diving into the benefit and the help of the elements. So the fire, you guys, and you may have already watched many of the videos that I talk about this. But the fire, like I said, is going to burn away the dense energy. It's going to burn away the things that no longer serve it. The water is used to purify what's left over. Okay, so I always think it's really important. It's very helpful when you do burn away the negative stuff out of a town or a location, a property, whatever it might be, that you then come back and push water through it, okay, because it will purify and cleanse what's left over. If you have emotional, like attitude or personality type stuff that you're clearing, it's the wind, because the wind shifts perspective. And then I always use sunlight, that big beautiful mama up there, mama, papa, whatever it is. I don't know why I said that. That's funny. Yeah, when you use the sun, it's almost like it revitalizes and restores and renews everything that you just cleared. So another tool and technique that you can use besides the elements are colors. Colors are also fantastic. I found that when I first moved here, my guides were having me push pink, which I see as divine love. They had me push green for healing, blue for communication purposes. So I could, if I were to try to consider clearing this area that we're looking at, the first thing that I would do is I would shrink it down because it's a lot of space. So I would take it, and in my mind, I would shrink it down to the size of a mustard seed or something that would fit in the palm of my hand if you want to, like a marble. And then I would see the pink go through it. I would see the green go through it, and then I would see the blue go through it. Now you can, I would say, you know, do whatever resonates with you. Some of you might be sensing yellow and gold or orange, and keep in mind that whatever you're intuitively picking up on is going to be what that space needs at the time. Okay, so don't just use colors because, oh well, Jackie said use this color. No, you use whatever resonates with you that day, because intuitively you will pick up on whatever that might be. It's interesting because the weather is moving in. I get like down here earlier today, you could see that. And so the snow and stuff is kind of coming back into the mountains up there. Let's see, what else do the entourage want me to say about healing? Hang on one sec, let me check in with them again. So they're reminding me that it's very common, again, as a human being, that you may doubt what you're doing, the importance of what you're doing, or the value of what you're doing. And they're saying that your intention is pure. Your intention, when it's from the heartfelt center, it is pure. And that it is helping in ways that are probably beyond your normal comprehension at this time. But they're like, rest assured that that is helping. It's like working for Mother Earth. That's what people ask me, what do you do? I'm like, I work for Gaia. And that's another reason why I'm up here. I mean, I'm up here because my guides asked me to come up here. And then what they just let me know what they need me to do. So I hope that if you are being called in certain places that you live, and keep in mind, it doesn't have to be a big national park like this. No, you could be just clearing your town. You could be clearing your community. You could be clearing your job, where you work. And here's the thing. This is the other thing the entourage is bringing through, which is a really good point. I'm glad they're making this because I don't think I would have thought about it. When we are healers, this is such an important thing. Okay. As a healer, when you work on someone else, you need their permission. It is important to ask their permission to have access granted, to be able to hold space for them. Now, when you're praying and making suggestions for someone, that's one thing. It's putting it out there, and then when and if that person is ready to receive it, then they will let it in. But when you're talking about healing, I think that it is incredibly important and respectful in order to ask the person for their consent before you do any healing. And then I'll add another note on that. If you're working on children, I always tell my clients, if they're under 18, it's fine. But if they are 18 or over, then I need their kids' consent, personally, from them. Okay, so back to Gaia, what that has to do with Gaia. So Gaia, if she's asking you to clear, she's giving you consent on the land. Okay, so when you're talking about land and some properties that are, like not owned by anybody, then Gaia's given you permission to do the healing. I hope that this information is helpful for whomever might be called to do this, and maybe it's the first time that you've really felt called to do it. But again, Gaia needs help with this just as much as we do, and the more that we can help lighten her load, the easier it is for her ascension process to be completed as well. All right, everyone, thanks for joining me out here in Alaska. Keep in mind, I'm on the road for a couple months, and so some of the videos are pre-taped and edited, especially the escape moments with Baba's essence. I will be adding some more time to those when I do check in and get back into editing the ones after, I believe it's like after maybe episode 17. So anyway, I hope that you guys are enjoying the videos. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already and you're enjoying the stuff that I'm bringing to you. I will be shooting lots of videos around this road trip, so I would say stay tuned and keep posted on different ones that are coming out. Let's see what else. Yeah, I think so. That's it. All right. So from the Entourage and from myself here in the Denali National Park, wishing you a beautiful rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.